Hello everybody. On this video session, I am going to deal techniques of scientific management. These techniques has been contributed by F.W. Taylor. Let us understand how these techniques are used in the business. Techniques of scientific management. Let us know the discussion about techniques of scientific management specified by F.W. Taylor. These are based on the various experimentation and observation conducted by in his career. Functional foremanship, standardization and simplification of work, differential piecewise system, work study, it is includes of the four aspect, that is method study, motion study, time study, fatigue study. First one, functional foremanship. In this functional foremanship, or you can say this in this technique, there were the factory system. In a factory, the main worker, that is foreman, represents the managerial figure with whom the workers are in the face to face contact on daily basis. So the foreman is the lowest ranking manager and the highest ranking worker. So Taylor identified a list of qualities of the good supervisor or the foreman. So and found that one of the biggest drawback that no single person could fit them all the qualities whatever he find out. So for that reason what he did, this promoted him to suggest the functional foremanship through the 8 persons. So Taylor advocated the separate of planning and the execution functions. The execution function is also called it as a production function. So this concept was extended to the lowest level of the shop floor. So what he has been contributed, no, that is 8 persons should be there, and along with that he had made a segregation of the whole production process into two part, that is planning function and the execution function. So that process is known as a functional foremanship. So under the planning in charge, there is a 4 members or 4 people, that is instruction card clerk, route clerk, time and cost clerk, and disciplinarian. So the instruction card clerk will give the instruction to the workman, and the route clerk will provide you the path how to, I can say, how to move the each and every man and material, and time and cost clerk will evaluate and analyze the cost incurred in the each process, and disciplinary worker will mainly concentrations on the how to maintain a discipline in the organization. So next to come, that is under the production in charge, 4 personnel or people will be included. That is speed boss, one who will maintain a, who is responsible for the timely and accurate completion of the job. Gang boss, keeping the machines and tools etc. ready for the operation of, by the workers. And this repair boss will ensure the proper working condition of the machines. He will look into whether it is working in a proper way or not. And the last, that inspector will check the quality of the work. So this process, or you can say the this total explanation, you can view in the one diagram, that is factory manager. It under factory manager, 2 department: planning in charge, production in charge. So planning in charge consists of these 4 members, that is instruction card clerk, route clerk, time and cost clerk, and disciplinarian. And the production in charge consists of 4 members, that is speed boss, gang boss, repair boss, and inspector. All these 8 members will guide the one person, that is workman. So each workers will have to take a order from these 8 foremen in the in a related to the process or function of the production. So Taylor proposed the 8 specialists. Each specialist is to be assigned the work according to his or her qualities. So for example, those with the technical mastery, intelligence and grit may be given a planning work. Those with the energy and a good health may be assigned the execution work. So here foreman is included in the workers itself. So if the person is hired as a among 8 person, that person is known as a foreman, where he has to instruct to the each and every workers in the organization. So the foremans are decided by the factory managers. Second technique, that is standardization and simplification of work. Meaning of standardization refers to the process of setting the standard for every business activities. Irrespective of any activity, they have to set the each and every standard for their work. Like they can set the standard for raw material, time, product, machinery, method or working condition. So these standards are like a benchmarks which must be ahead to during the production. So these are cross verified after completion of the task. So they will make a evaluation of actual performance with the standard performance set by the organization. Next one, that is simplification. We'll understand the aim of the simplification. So simplification aim at eliminating a superfluous varieties, size and dimensions. So superfluous is nothing but extra work which is not relevant to the particular achievement of the organization goal, that has to be eliminated. So simplifications aims at eliminating the unnecessary diversity of products. So the product which doesn't have a demand in the market, that particular unit has to be eliminated. Where by doing this simplification, they can ensure in savings of the cost of the labors, machines and tools. So it implies the reduce the inventories, fuller the utilizations of equipment and increase the turnover of the organization. So these all parameters will be result by conducting a simplification. Third one, that is differential piecewise system. Taylor was a strong advocate of piecewise system, where he wanted to make a differentiate between efficient worker and inefficient worker. Efficient worker are those who are doing the work correctly and with the minimum cost. And inefficient workers who are not doing the work properly and their outcome is also low and they are not doing the particular work with the minimum cost. The standard time and the other parameters should be determined on the basis of the work study. So work study consists of these aspects like method study, time study, motion study and fatigue study. So he is dedicated that each and every work has to set a particular standard time by analyzing the work study. He introduced the different rate of the wages payment for those who performed above the standard and for those who performed below the standard. So he made a differentiate between efficient and inefficient worker, where the one who produce or show the performance above the standard will get high. Those whose performance is very low or below the standard will get a low payment. So I will go with the one example. For example, it is determined that the standard output per worker per day, that is 10 units. So, and those who made a standard or more than the standard will get rupees 50 per unit, and those below will get rupees 40 per unit. Now the efficient workers making 11 units will get 11 into 50, that is 550 rupees per day. Whereas the worker who makes 9 units will get 9 into 40, that is 360 per day. So according to the Taylor, the difference of these amount, that is 190 should be enough for the inefficient worker, and also it is make them to motivated to perform better in the organization. Next, fourth one, that is work study. We are going to learn about the work studies four aspect which will be asked for the 4 marks. First one, method study. The objective of the method study is to find out the best and the cheapest way to doing a task in the organization. So there are various methods of doing the job, but the manager has to determine the best way, and also the several parameters, and later has to be selected the best method for the doing the task correctly. So right from procurement of raw material till the final product is delivered to the customer, every activity is part of the method study. So here the manager has to decide from procurement of the raw material, and it has to be delivered to the customer, that is final product. Until there he has to decide the best method for the achieving the objective of the organization. Second one, that is motion study. Motion study refers to the study of the movements like lifting, putting the object, sitting and changing the positions, etc., which are undertaken while doing a typical job. So motion study, you can understand the movement of the employees as well as the object. So unnecessary movement will be there, no, that it has to be eliminated. Second one, unnecessary movements are sought to be eliminated so that it will takes a less time to complete the job efficiently. So you have to concentrate, the work has to be done on the time as well as it has to be achieved in an efficient way. So for that reason you can eliminate the unnecessary movement of the objects and the workers. Third one, that is time study. It determines the standard time taken to perform a well-defined job. This measures the device are used for each element of task. So basically, time study is useful to analyze the standard time to be taken by the workers to perform the job. The standard time is fixed for the whole of the task by taking a several readings. So I can say in an organization they will set the time on the 1 hour basis. Later it has to be multiple with the how many hours should the workers has to work, and it also estimate readings regarding within a week how much they can produce. So each and everything has to be set in the time study. The method of the time study will depends upon the volume and the frequency of the task, cycle time of the operation and the time measurement cost. So time study includes of these all parameters, that is it is evaluated on the volume, how much input you have to put in the machineries, and the frequency of the task, cycle time, that is production time, how many hours it how many minute or hours it will take to produce a single product. So in that manner they will estimate the time study. The objective of this time study is to determine the number of workers to be employed, suitable incentive schemes, and determine the labor cost. So basically, main purpose of time study is to how many workers should be employed to accomplish the job, and also how much the incentive has to be given to the each worker, that is salary or wages, and it will determines the labor cost. For example, on the basis of the several observation, it is determined that the standard time taken by the workers to make a one cardboard box is 20 minutes. So in 1 hour, he or she can make a 3 boxes. Assuming that the workers has to put in a 8 hours, in that 1 hour is for rest. So remaining, that is 8 minus 1, 7. So 7 hours the workers are making a 21 boxes by multiplying 3 per hour. So now this is a standard task of workers has been set, and they has to do according to the standard, and they will get paid according to the per unit of the output. So next one, that is fatigue study. So fatigue study seeks to determine the amount and the frequency of rest intervals in completing a task. So this is like they will provide a intervals or rest time to the workers, because it will cause for the fatigue like long hours working or long hours sitting in the one particular place will leads a boredom, so doing a unsuitable work. So some people will join it without having a consent what kind of the work will be there, so for them it will get a bore. So for that reason they have to take some intervals. Having a uncordial relation with the boss, that is unhealthy relationship with the boss, or bad working conditions, etc., such hindrances in the good performance should be removed. So this kinds of the hindrance will create a problems for the good performance of the workers. So for that reason it has to be eliminated. So it is a process that you have to give us some intervals and free time to the workers to refreshment in a working hour. So this completes the techniques of scientific management. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can reach me by WhatsApp. Thank you.